has that like act of, I guess, like reframing these experiences taken you to this point? And like, what are you seeing in what's happening in your life right now, both with work, but also other things that's like helping you sort of frame the next part of like where you're moving?
The active part is very intentional and thoughtful, and if not, it would be very bleak and very negative. I was there for a very long time. I had a very traumatic exit from one of my companies. I knew it was traumatic at the time. I knew it was traumatic a year later because it helped spiral that mental health crisis on the anniversary of leaving there, realizing that like life is very short, and having a mental health crisis, like I often think like I would have missed so much. I would have missed my wedding. I would have missed my company like becoming 3 years old, getting a studio. Just so much I would have missed out on had I let my brain and the like negative perspective and lies continue. I had been gaslit for so long of like my ideas aren't that good, or like you're just like not onto it, you're not a visionary, like there's no visionaries on the team. And now what's coming back to me is that like people are describing me as a visionary, and it's like, okay, how do I capitalize on some of these ideas? I want to create this community. So like the nonprofit was kind of like born out of that, and making sure that entrepreneurs in the area are served in a really great way. I want it to be a community that has like monthly networking things going on, and then also the nonprofit. Our goal this year is to raise $5,000 to then give as a grant to a new business next year. And right now it's just one chapter, but I hope it goes nationwide eventually. I want to keep doing things that excite me, trying to live with like an open and like surrender to what the universe brings, and manifesting and all that woo woo stuff. Since listening to those, I just kind of was like, okay, like we're just going to surrender and see what happens, and all of these things. Not that I haven't put in the work and like gone for the opportunities, but they're like, if you go out with a positive mindset and you go into the world with all this good intention, right now for me, that's coming back. I read Glennon Doyle's Untamed, and there's a section in there about building your own table and building your own tent, because for a lot of women, like there's no seats at the table. There were never seats at the table. It wasn't ever built for us to be at the table and have a voice. And I experienced that tenfold. And so I kind of said, fuck it, I'm going to build my own table and everybody's welcome. And then I also want to encourage you to build your own table for your dream and your vision and your art. And like, how can we do this together? How can I support you? And so that kind of goes back to the nonprofit as well. Like, how can we bring all these like beautiful minds together and like create like a better place?